In this video, we'll explore common foods that many people eat every day, not realizing they skyrocket the risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. We'll look at how certain low-fat foods reduce nutrient absorption in your body, and reveal a nasty chemical which triples the risk of Alzheimer's disease according to research. Plus, you'll discover alternatives and tips to protect your health. First up, do you start your day with coffee? Quality coffee is fine, but you might want to think twice before adding processed creamer. Coffee creamers are a cocktail of unnatural chemicals. They often contain high fructose corn syrup, artificial sweeteners, and trans fats, along with nasty preservatives. For example, BHA or butylated hydroxyanisole. This common preservative is classified as a potential carcinogen by the International Agency for Research on Cancer. Plus, studies show that it may also disrupt hormone function and reproductive health. On top of that, creamers in many countries contain hydrogenated oils, or trans fats, which damage blood vessels and increase the risk of blood clots. Shockingly, U.S. regulations allow products to be labeled trans fat-free, even if they contain small amounts per serving, creating a dangerous loophole. It's less common in Europe due to the stricter regulations on trans fats. However, European creamers tend to use nasty vegetable oils instead. More on those oils shortly. To protect your health, consider switching to healthier alternatives, like unsweetened plant-based milk, half and half, or full-fat milk. Speaking of fat, at number 6, we've got low-fat alternatives. When manufacturers remove fat, they add other ingredients to match the taste and texture. What do they use? Generally, it's a combination of sugar, maltodextrin, corn syrup, and starches. Then they throw in some highly processed gums and thickeners to mimic the creamy texture. Top it off with artificial flavors and emulsifiers to keep everything blended. You've got a recipe for disaster. These additives can lead to a host of health issues, including obesity, type 2 diabetes, and heart disease, as well as digestive problems, hormone imbalances, and chronic inflammation. If you're sensitive to them, they can also cause headaches, allergic reactions, and brain fog. But the crazy thing is, we need healthy fat. The oversimplified myths about fat, cholesterol, and heart disease have been debunked by decades of science. You can watch our other videos for more on that. But for now, it's safe to say that low-fat alternatives are not a great idea. Low-fat salad dressings are a perfect example of this deception. The fat isn't only there for flavor, it helps your body absorb nutrients from vegetables. Vitamin A, E, and K all need fat to be absorbed, so if you use a low-fat dressing, you're actually depriving yourself of nutrients, and at the same time putting a bunch of toxic chemicals into your body. Likewise, low-fat peanut butters remove healthy monounsaturated fats, replacing them with nasty emulsifiers. On the other hand, low-fat yogurts tend to be packed with sugar, hidden under names like corn syrup, maltose, or dextrose. In fact, a 2015 study of 26,000 people found that those eating low-fat dairy had a higher rate of type 2 diabetes than full-fat dairy eaters. So when you see low-fat on labels for cheese, milk, or frozen yogurt, consider it a warning sign. Next, another marketing trick, protein bars. Don't fall for the healthy image of protein bars. They are often candy bars in disguise. These bars are packed with sugar, artificial ingredients, and preservatives. They're designed for taste and shelf life, not nutrition. Most use low-quality protein, like soy protein isolate. Soy protein isolate is highly processed, void of nutrients, and often contains chemical residues from manufacturing, such as hexane. It's packed with phytoestrogens that can mess with hormones, potentially affecting conditions like breast cancer or thyroid problems. What's more, these isolated proteins lack the full spectrum of amino acids your body needs. If you want to boost your protein intake, skip the bars and go for real, protein-rich foods. Quality meat, fish, eggs, beans, yogurt, or chia seeds will serve you much better. Need a quick snack on the go? Grab a handful of nuts instead. Healthy protein and fats will come up again later, so remember these foods. At number 4, Many people start their day with cereal, believing it's nutritious. But beneath the crunchy exterior lies a dirty secret. They're loaded with refined carbs that your body rapidly breaks down, causing blood sugar spikes. This quick rise triggers a dangerous process called glycation. Glycation happens when excess glucose attaches to proteins and fats, forming harmful compounds known as advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. AGEs cause massive oxidative stress and inflammation. They attack the delicate lining of your arteries, leading to plaque buildup and hardening, a condition called atherosclerosis. Blood flow to your heart becomes restricted, significantly increasing heart attack risk. To make matters worse, many cereals, especially those marketed to children, come packed with added sugars. Instead, start your day with healthy fats and protein as a foundation for stable blood sugar. Think eggs, avocado, yogurt, or nuts. Combine with berries or fruit for fiber and antioxidants, and you've got yourself a true breakfast of champions. What's worse than cereal? At number 3, we have soda and juice. Sweet drinks are like injecting sugar directly into your blood. In response, your pancreas produces insulin, the hormone which acts like a key, unlocking cells to burn glucose. But, if you constantly flood your system, cells stop responding to insulin properly. This is insulin resistance. The first step towards type 2 diabetes. Of course, all sugar is harmful in excess. But considering that nearly half of Americans drink sugary beverages every single day, these drinks are among the worst offenders. They deliver a massive sugar hit directly to your bloodstream, without anything to slow absorption. In fact, a study published in the British Medical Journal found that every daily serving of fruit juice is associated with a 5% increased risk of type 2 diabetes. As insulin function deteriorates, your blood sugar stays higher for longer, leading to more and more glycation, accelerating damage to your arteries and nerves. So what can you do? Choose whole fruits over juice. You'll get fiber that not only slows sugar absorption, but also feeds the good bacteria in your gut. If you want the occasional juice, choose freshly squeezed to at least avoid chemical preservatives. Dilute it with water and add a squeeze of lemon, because the hesperidin in lemons has been shown to actually improve insulin function. For a ninja tip, eat some protein or healthy fat before your juice to blunt the blood sugar spike. But of course, water is always your best choice. If you like bubbles, go for sparkling water and infuse it with lemon, cucumber or berries. Or go for low-sugar kombucha. The polyphenol-rich fermented tea, which is going to boost your beneficial gut bacteria. Now you might be asking, what about artificial sweeteners and zero-sugar soda? While they may not spike your blood glucose in the same way as sugar, most sweeteners are pretty awful. A 2023 study found that people consuming high amounts of erythritol were nearly twice as likely to experience heart attacks and strokes. In lab tests, erythritol made blood platelets hypersensitive, indicating that it increases the risk of blood clots. Other artificial sweeteners, like aspartame and ACE-K, have been linked to increased risk of coronary artery disease, as well as messing with hormones and gut microbiome. Now, our bodies have a remarkable protective layer, called the blood-brain barrier. The blood-brain barrier selectively filters substances entering the brain, shielding it from toxins. This barrier understands how to deal with natural toxins in food that humans have been eating for millennia. But Frankenstein sweeteners are chemically distinct. Our bodies don't know what they are or what to do with them. New research shows that compounds like phenylalanine in sweeteners can cross the blood-brain barrier and slowly damage the brain. For example, a 2017 study published in the journal Stroke suggests that artificial sweeteners significantly increase the risk of both dementia and stroke. The study tracked nearly 3,000 people, finding that people who drank one or more artificially sweetened beverages per day had nearly 3 times the risk of developing Alzheimer's disease. They also had about twice the risk of ischemic stroke, where blood flow in the brain is blocked. Other studies found they may lead to antioxidant imbalances in the brain, increased depression and worse performance on cognitive tests. Ironically, research on their hormonal effects suggests that artificial sweeteners might even stimulate appetite and cravings for sweet foods, defeating their purpose entirely. Be wary of sweeteners like aspartame, acesulfame K, or ACE-K, saccharin, erythritol, and sorbitol. Just like low-fat foods, if it seems too good to be true, it just might be. Before we get to number 1, please click the like button if this is useful, click subscribe, and turn notifications on if you haven't already. And now for the very worst, polyunsaturated cooking oils. Polyunsaturated cooking oils can be incredibly toxic. The main issue lies in their instability. When processed and refined, their molecular structure changes dramatically. This instability makes them highly susceptible to oxidation, even at room temperature. When these oils oxidize, they produce harmful substances called reactive oxygen species, which can damage your DNA proteins and cholesterol particles. All of this results in oxidative cell damage and clogged arteries. These oils are also high in omega-6 fatty acids. While we need some omega-6 in our diet, polyunsaturated oils tip the balance way out of whack. The resulting omega-6 to omega-3 imbalance contributes to chronic inflammation and a host of health issues, including heart disease, irritable bowel syndrome, arthritis, obesity, and asthma. Some of the most popular toxic oils include soybean oil, canola, corn, safflower, sunflower, cottonseed, and grapeseed oil. Stay away from these. So why do we use them so much? Some of it stems from the war on saturated fat in the 1970s, but mostly it's because they're cheap to produce and extremely profitable, and it's not only about cooking. These cheap oils are common in many processed foods. From packaged snacks and baked goods to sauces and frozen meals, those protein bars and low-fat products we discussed, they're packed with polyunsaturated vegetable oils. Better options for cooking and salad dressings include olive oil or avocado oil, which contain more stable and heart-healthy monounsaturated fats. Coconut oil and ghee are saturated fats, which are extremely stable. In fact, a 2015 study found that coconut oil may increase the size of cholesterol particles. This is beneficial, because larger, more buoyant cholesterol is less likely to oxidize and damage your arteries. Butter generally isn't great for cooking, because it has a low smoke point. But grass-fed butter can be a good option for things like low-heat scrambled eggs. Above all, prepare your food at home as much as possible, the way you can sidestep the cheap vegetable oils, excess sugar, artificial ingredients, and harmful emulsifiers lurking in commercially produced supermarket foods. Remember to click like and subscribe if you haven't already.